Yeah, probably. You have to take a bus to get there. All right, we're getting into it, folks. SoulArts and Bad Things going up against TDG Marshall and Stephmicky. So it's weird. On one side, you're going to see a little bit more like standard team stuff. You know, a lot of range, a lot of kill power coming out from obviously Cloud and Shulk. But definitely nothing to scoff at on the side of Sonic and Bowser also. I'm of the nature that thinks that Sonic's a really good character in teams. It just kind of depends on who he's teaming up with. Bowser, I think, makes a fine partner for Sonic because he's going to be able to get a lot of the kills that Sonic going to be able to net on his own.
I would absolutely agree. However, the team kill right at the beginning, there's just so much kill power behind everyone that's on the screen right now, and it's all about how well these teams manage to organize it. From Red Team, we have, much as you mentioned, a lot of traditional doubles play. It's going to be a lot of the juggling that we're used to seeing with Cloud partnered with someone typically a sortie very much like Shulk.
Yep.
Whereas Blue Team, they cover so much space. The speed from Stephmicky and his Sonic, and then Marshall bringing all the power, and also he's very much an aerial-oriented Bowser. We typically see a ton of grappling come from Bowser's. They get lots of their damage from that, but he's not afraid to tussle in the air.
Yeah, and right now you already see Stephmicky getting good mileage as he loses that first stock, but getting a lot of good mileage out of F Smash early as finishing touch will take Marshall's stock. So the slight lead for the Blue Team has taken a little bit of a hit, but Bad Things definitely has to play this a little bit closer to the vest here. He's kind of going to be the linchpin for this team, as most Clouds are. You know, you want to stay alive as long as you can, setting up, get limit as quickly as you can. But good up smash there from Marshall. And right now, again, we're tied up in stocks right now, and everything's looking relatively even.
One of the best things about Red Team's composition, and especially their synergy as players, because as I mentioned, they have been a static team for quite some time.
Yeah.
Cloud has always found this role as being a jack of all trades in doubles, and that he could be the stock tank, he could be the lead, he could be the playmaker, he could do really much of anything. And in how SoulArts and WDBTHtGP play this team, they often pivot off who's doing what. SoulArts plays Shulk very much in that same style, so there's no designated stock tank. It's really who's really feeling it right now, who's in the lead, who's hot, and who's in charge, who's getting mixed up.
And also you also can see that come into play a lot, because Shulk just makes like the perfect everyman, like you were saying, also in teams, because he can just live forever with things like shield guard. He can play super evasive with speed and jump, just kind of making it obnoxious for him to hit. But again, that forward smash connecting, if he was in any form other than oh no! And that's the quickest 2-for-1 you'll see this side of New York City. Like,
that was the best spring I've ever seen.
Yeah. Spring's so good, they named the season after it. And now we're gonna have a 1v1 Bowser versus Cloud here.
It's it's not completely set in stone for who can take this. A little bit of rage on Bowser can definitely help him out. However, this is WDBTHtGP coming off of a fresh stock.
Yeah.
So Marshall's got a bit of a work to do if he wants to try and pressure him, especially with Town and City. There's so much room for WDBTHtGP to make sure he gets the limit, make sure he can come back.
Yeah, but he's evened things up percent-wise just with a couple of grabs. You see Bad Things trying to tech chase with Nair, and again, going to have Marshall in that unfortunate position, and that's going to be a cross-slash, potential death right here, but Bowser's a bigger boy, so he's going to DI that perfectly. That platform could have been a little bit tricky right there for Marshall. Like, sometimes the platform is a blessing and a curse. Has to be a little bit careful. You see, you already know, everyone in the room knows what Marshall's looking for right now, so this could be it.
He wants that.
And it is!
And he gets it!
It's a really good start there for Marshall, staying calm, cool, collected, playing within his game plan, not overextending, and again, getting what Bowser needs right there. You see, just to be really smart about it, and one poorly power shielded back air, not poorly spaced, will result in the stock, so good stuff there for Marshall. And Stephmicky also.
One of the bigger like macro aspects of a set, especially between these type of characters and a typical doubles play, is the patience that all of these players have to exhibit. Every character on the screen right now gets so much off of being able to punish some sort of overextension.
Yep, absolutely. They're going to go right back to Smashville for the second game. Again, I don't really think the stage played much of a factor. There, it's just kind of like, okay, let's both try not to get stuck off stage at the same time. Maybe coordinate traffic a little bit better for the red team is the only advice I would give. And right now, you see them already have quite the strong percent lead right here.
I like the Smashville pick because it's generally more linear than Town and City is. And we know that both Shulk and Cloud can do so well at covering a lot of the space. They can catch many landings. They can really take advantage of the platform that's moving across the stage.
Uh-oh.
Belly bombing everywhere. WDBTHtGP trying to take advantage of the opportunity, but excellent DI from Stephmicky's keeping him alive.
All right, I hope you guys put seeing cross/kill properly in your bingo cards today, because I certainly didn't. But they're going to be trading stocks right there. both teams. Stephmicky probably the one that I would have to play this a little bit closer to the vest.
So what I would like to see from Stephmicky is him try to play a little bit more passively. He's been very much the initiator for blue team as far as trying to put some pressure on and take stage control. But sitting at 135, he needs to start stock tanking more because you see Marshall's throwing himself into the mix as well.
Yeah, and I think he heard you, Hangman, because he's kind of been skating around, rolling around in neutral for the last couple of exchanges. And, ooh, yep, that poor homing attack will get snuffed out by the up there. And a little bit of a deficit here for the blue team, but it is teams. And, you know, if SoulArts, gets caught sleeping or if Waidu gets caught sleeping, definitely able to bring this back nicely. Let's see if they give them that opportunity because Shulk sitting against Gilbanato is going to be even more obnoxious to hit him. That was risky.
Oh! Talk about risks. How did a double kill like that? Phenomenal play from Waidu, managing to set up an immediate 2v1 situation. And with SoulArts doing such a fantastic job of stock tanking, this is looking like a really grim game all of a sudden for blue team.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like free throws in the gym right now. Again, you're going to see Buster Minato come out. Obviously, going to mean more damage. Immediately just going to switch out of that. The good part for Stephmicky here is going to be that Sonic is just kind of a nuisance in general, but in teams it's even more so. Like, you can just kind of roll your face in the controller and hit buttons and get away with it most of the time. But up throw to the finishing touch to get the job done. We got a 4-stock coming out for our red team. So
a very convincing reversal from SoulArts and Waidu. Now, with the stage advantage coming in from red team,
as we're going to take a look at the potential finishing touch there. And you see, the big thing, yeah, that was crazy. The big thing that actually messed them up there, like I said, coordinating traffic when it was kind of a big factor of why the red team lost the first game. That's a big factor why they lost the second game, too, as you see the typical up throw and whatever in the finishing touch combo with with Cloud and teams. But a big thing in teams that people seem to forget is that you don't necessarily need to go out for edge guards all the time. Like, definitely I always recommend taking advantage of the 2v1s while you still can, because like naturally there's another person there to cover the recovery anyway. And most characters in this game have really good recoveries, so they're almost always likely going to be able to get back. So you kind of fall into the trap a little bit there, as you saw both Stephmicky and Marshall getting left out to dry there.
And even at that, there are certain situations where it's just generally better let them come to you. You have all the stage control. You have multiple hands to be able to cover the ledge, cover those options returning to stage. And I feel like blue team recognized that with the stage pick coming into final destination. This stage is almost purely ledge coverage and juggling. And those are two aspects that Sonic and Bowser are both incredibly proficient at.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, it's Stephmicky almost getting that shield broken right there. Kind of forced to sit in shield because Marshall's doing up throw. You definitely don't want to get hit by the hitbox animation of Bowser's up throw because you will get sent into no man's land and die.
I like how the battle is currently scattered. I think blue team recognized that if SoulArts and Waidu are together, they're constantly able to just rack up damage so quickly just from basic juggles. Forward air and neutral air from Shulk do such a good job of putting the enemy at an angle where Cloud can use anything in his aerial arsenal to be able to just tack on the pressure.
Yeah, man, for sure. And just look at the stage control coming up for the red team right now. Having both Stephmicky and Marshall separated is going to be so huge in teams. The up tilt will get the job done, though, so striking first is going to be the blue team. Again, Marshall taking advantage of the fact that Bowser's survivability is really, really good. That was the most unfortunate homing attack of all time.
Just came in for the extra donk.
Yeah.
All right, now trying to come in from out deep. SoulArts going to be coming back onto the stage. Everyone doing a fine job of trying to hold on to these stocks. It's just been a slugfest.
I was actually kind of surprised to see Bowser's Bowser Bomb on shield not do much damage. Cross slash will net the kill right there for the red team, by the way. That move just looks like it should do so much more shield damage than it actually does.
Yeah, Bowser's a big boy, and he's coming in hot with that. Like, you would expect it to be a lot more advantages, but nonetheless, blue team having a bit more kill power behind their more traditional aspects, especially the hand wave from the up tilt.
Excuse me? I mean, I guess he was in Jump Minato, so that probably makes sense. The up throw, the upper, will get the job done, and now you're seeing things kind of slip away a little bit for the red team. Back air, reverse back air is still killing him. Showing off the power of Smash Minato.
Still a little bit of suspect DI, but nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. that is definitely some Verrazano bridge DI. You're just never coming back.
We check the tapes on that traffic ticket.
Yeah. All right, so red team trying to mount this comeback here, and you see the blue team getting a lot of these grab combos, which has been huge for them so far.
It's especially worthwhile because Sonic can take advantage when his teammate grabs.
And a 2-for-1 coming out. And immediately, the tides have turned once again as the red team is an advantage here.
The pressure's on for both these teams, and all of a sudden the narrative is switched because there's no discernible control of the stage. All of this chaos has greatly benefited SoulArts and Waidu, and considering that SoulArts still has a stock in reserve for red team if need be, and he's been able to just chill, he's able to reserve his arts, hang back while Waidu racks up the damage. There's not really a lot of pressure on them despite the percentage control, and especially after asserting that 2v1.
Yep, so now Stephmicky gonna have to do another 2v1 here, but with 2 stocks sitting on SoulArts, as well as, and also just Cloud just looming in general against Sonic isn't really good.
It's Cloud, baby. He's got half limit charged. SoulArts slowly approaching.
He's dumb.
Excellent excellent observation from Stephmicky. He's just like, he doesn't got to press buttons. He doesn't want to get too antsy. But just like that, SoulArts and Waidu take their first win of the day.
Yes, sir. And again, you're going to see a lot of the same here. Waidu did a really good job just getting these double kills like worked out so much in their favor. You see just a slow approach, like, okay, goes for the donkey kick, and we'll see you later.
Yup.
So good stuff there from Waidu as SoulArts as they move on to winner's bracket.
Ooh, we already got another hot match stepping up.